All right, let's get right into it. For what, decades now, our online identity has just been a label, right? A simple tag companies use to follow us around. But what if that could all change? What if your identity wasn't just some label, but was actually a powerful engine that you, and only you, are in control of? That's what we're digging into today, a huge shift in how our digital selves are about to work.
I know, it sounds like a total contradiction, doesn't it? How can you possibly prove who you are to a bank or for an age-restricted site without actually, revealing who you are? This is the central puzzle we've got to solve for a safer internet. And honestly, the answer could change everything.
So to really get the solution, we first have to wrap our heads around the problem. And right now, the internet pretty much forces us into what the source material calls the identity paradox. It's this broken choice where we're stuck between two really, really bad options for our personal data.
And this slide just lays out the trap we're in so perfectly. On one side, you've got the surveillance state. Think of those real name policies where every single click, every comment is permanently stuck to you for life. Then on the other side, you've got this lawless anonymity, where there's zero trust, which means no secure banking, no online commerce, nothing. We've been stuck with no middle ground.
And believe me, the stakes are only getting higher. We're moving into this new era, some call it Web 4, where the internet is literally woven into our homes, our cars, our health. In that world, a data leak isn't just, oh no, my email got spammed. No, it's a catastrophic threat to your actual, real-world safety.
So, how in the world do we get out of this paradox? Well, the source introduces this really cool concept called the Golden Way. And it's not some flimsy compromise, it's a whole new path forward. It's like a mathematical bridge that finally connects verification with privacy, and it's built on some seriously smart tech.
And the core idea behind this golden way is something called digital sovereignty. Let's break that down. It means you can prove things about yourself to any system. That you're a citizen, that you're over 21, that you're a licensed doctor, all without ever handing over your name, your driver's license, or any of your actual documents. You get to be in complete control.
And the technology that makes all of this possible is called the UIID, the Universal Integrated Identity. Now, please, don't confuse this with the old UUID from the past. The UIID is described as a user-owned engine. It's the piece of the puzzle that finally builds that golden way right between the two extremes we were just talking about.
So, how does this engine actually work? Where does all your identity stuff live? Well, it's not on some company server or in a government database. It lives in your own personal, super-encrypted identity vault. Let's take a peek inside.
Okay, this is where it all clicks. It's this brilliant two-level system that puts all the power in your hands. First, you've got your verified core ID. Think of it as your real-world anchor. It gets verified once with super high security, and then it's locked away and encrypted in your vault. Then, for everything you do online, you can spin up unlimited anonymous aliases, or sub-IDs. Every single one is unique, and not a single one can be traced back to your real name. And here's the best part, the digital kill switch. If some service you use gets hacked, or maybe they just get sketchy, you just hit a button and delete that alias. Boom! The breach is contained, and your core identity is completely safe.
Now for the really, really cool part. How do you prove something is true without actually showing your data? Well, the answer comes from this wild field of cryptography that sounds like something straight out of a spy movie. Zero-knowledge proofs.
Let's just walk through a super simple example. Say a website needs to know you're over 18. Instead of you uploading a photo of your ID, the site just asks your UID a question. Your personal vault does a quick little math problem against your hidden core ID, and it sends back a simple cryptographic yes. And that's it. The website gets the legal proof it needs, but your actual birth date, your data, was never, ever exposed.
And this is the simple, profound idea at the heart of the whole system. It just completely flips the script on security. Data breaches become almost a non-issue because your most sensitive data was never handed over to 100 different websites to begin with. You can't steal what isn't there.
So let's bring it all home. This isn't just some tech upgrade. It's really a philosophical one. It's about changing your identity from this passive label that other people use to an active engine that you use for your own freedom online. Let's look at them side by side.
I mean, this table just says it all, doesn't it? The old UUID, owned by developers. The new UUID, owned by you. The old one was just a static label. The new one is a dynamic engine. And here's the kicker, the most important part. The whole purpose of the old UUID was to track you. The purpose of the UUID is to protect you. It is a complete 180-degree reversal of power.
And of course, it comes with some amazing practical benefits. Your credentials actually stay on your device, not in some giant corporate database, a honeypot just waiting to be hacked. It can get rid of vulnerable passwords and replace them with secure cryptographic challenges. And it's even integrated with a massive 100 gigs of secure cloud storage. It's a whole ecosystem for a private digital life.
You know, I think this quote from the source material just captures the entire spirit of this thing perfectly. It's all about finding that golden way, right? Being a totally verifiable, trusted person online, but without having to sacrifice the core of your privacy. It's about being compliant without ever being exposed.
So, as we wrap this up, it really leaves us with a powerful final thought. The technology is shifting to treat your identity not as a product to be bought and sold, but as an engine to be driven. And that leaves us with just one question, the one right on the screen. If your identity is an engine, who holds the keys? With systems like the UIID, the answer is finally and firmly you.